Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. You guys, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's spooky season. If you've been to my channel before, you know that I use a lot of different decks. I'm an intuitive art channeler. I don't ever really try to stick to the same routine or schedule. I get very bored with tarot on YouTube. I like different stuff, all right? So you will see different stuff here. You're not gonna get Theta One, somebody wants to talk to you. No shit, all right? But what do they want to say? Who's saying it? Do I want to talk to them? That's what we're here to find out. I posted a bunch of new decks on my channel yesterday, and you guys voted on which one you wanted me to use, all right? And you chose the Darkwood Tarot. Seemed to get the most response from everybody. This is a shadow working deck that y'all selected, so we're getting into some shadow work today. We're gonna be looking at soulmate connections, all right? If you are in a soulmate connection, all right, if you don't know what that is, Google it. There's good soulmates and bad. There's karmic ones, and then there's the ones that make you happy, that stick with you for life, all right? Besties, lovers, friends, whatever. Homie, lover, friend. So we're going to try to determine today whether or not this is a good or a bad soulmate, what the intentions are, what's going on between the two of you, why you came together. You always meet a soulmate for a reason. There's a lesson to learn from that soulmate. They bring something of value to your life, whether it be painful or happy. We're also going to look at the blockages between the two of you to see why this is not coming together or why you're having friction right now. And then the final card that we pull will be how we get some advice on where to go from here, okay? So hopefully we can get you guys some answers. We'll uncover what's lying beneath the forest here in the dark wood and see what your soulmate is hiding from you and what you may be hiding from yourself, okay? Because that's what shadow work is about. If you guys watch my channel, you realize I'll give you my short spiel and then I'll give you a reading. Stop watching tarot just for your exes, all right? Watch it for yourself to grow as a human. Then you would not be here worrying about what your exes are doing, okay? We wouldn't be so triggered when we get broken up with and things like that, or people don't love us the same way. With that being said, let me get into these readings for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. You guys have rocked my channel this year. I just started posting in January and you guys have already blown it up, and I have much gratitude for that, okay? If you want a personal reading, info will be in the description box below. Books for October open up tomorrow. They usually fill up within the first week, so if you're going to want a personal reading from me, go ahead and do that, all right? Email your girl. All right, guys, here we go. Let's figure out what's going on with your soulmates. All right, thank you so much for watching. Here's your reading. Hey, Virgos, how you doing? Let's do your reading. All right, we're going to do one shuffle for your person. We're going to do one shuffle for you. We're going to do one for what is the reason why y'all came together, the lesson that you need to learn. And then we're going to do one for what is blocking the connection right now from moving forward. And then we're going to do one more for the final advice on what we need to do going forward to try to fix things or move past it. All right, your person, Virgo, is showing up as the King of Swords in the reverse. Never a good energy there. Untruthful, all right? Cold, calculating, manipulative. Very mentally in their head about this connection and not in a good way. Not thinking clearly. How are you showing up? 8 of Cups in the reverse, feeling like you've been forced out of this. Not saying enough is enough, all right? Also, these cards, these go together. Do you see this? The mountains fit together. It's like this person, they're sitting up on this hill. They forced you to leave. They wouldn't come down from their throne. I don't know why I'm getting that. And you felt like you needed to evacuate the situation. God, those mountains literally fit together perfectly. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. All right. The reason y'all came together, the Page of Cups in the reverse. The lesson you're trying to learn here. How to communicate your feelings, how to enjoy that childlike wonder. The Page of Cups is such a friendly, childlike energy. It's so oppositional to what the King of Swords brings. Could not be more opposite. This person's communication is very cold and calculated. The lesson that everyone needs to learn here is how to, communicate in a, an innocent and an emotional way, in an honest way. What's blocking you guys right now? The damn Tower. Jesus. Interesting. Final outcome on how we fix this, the 10 of Cups. What's at the bottom of everything for Virgo? Hermit in reverse, your own energy. All right, let's jump into the book with these. Your person's showing up as the King of Swords. And y'all, I'm not usually a book reader, but these cards, I mean, the messages that these give are so different than what you would normally say in tarot. They have very different meanings, all right? Same principles, but just way different interpretations. All right, this card is called the Thinker. That's how your person is showing up. The King of Swords is wise and mature intellectual energy. The buzzard on his right signifies strength. He finds value in what is overlooked by others. Your person's not finding value, all right? They're overlooking value in things. They also don't have the strength to summon up, you know, to do the hard things that they need to do, all right? Especially express their feelings. When I see that Page of Cups is the issue here. He's the mature masculine energy of air. He articulates thoughts and words. They turn into real world results. Call him when you need something accomplished. He's dependable and trustworthy and will always tell you the truth. The King of Swords is that rare individual that holds himself up to the high standards that he sets. This person's not doing that. They're in the reverse. They don't hold themselves accountable, all right? They make impossible standards for other people, and then they don't live by those standards themselves, all right? He would never ask someone to do or act in a way that he would not. I don't feel like your person does that, all right? I feel like they have these expectations of other people, and it's not things that they would in turn do themselves. His linguistic talent makes him an excellent communicator, writer, and author. He is shrewd in business and communications and adept in anything he turns his attention to. Above all, he carries a great wisdom, and he is able to understand the plight of others in the greater context of their situation. It's showing up in the shadow side here, which means nasty, cruel, cold, and unavailable, using mental prowess to undercut family and friends. That's mental manipulation, all right? It's mental gymnastics that this person does with their friends and family, so they don't have to talk about their feelings. A personality only interested in serving their own ideas. Very selfish, all right? Intellectual snobbery, feeding the ego, and used to cover underlying feelings of worthlessness. Yeah, cutting off one's own nose to spite your face, all in the name of being right. This person will die on a hill, all right, about what they think is right and wrong here. They have a very inflexible nature about them. This stems though, all right, they come across as this mean and manipulative monster, but in reality, all that is, it's their ego, all right, you know, covering up these underlying feelings of worthlessness. They try to make themselves seem like they're better than everyone, all right, or that they're smarter than everybody, or that they know what's going on. You know, that they like to be looked at as a superior, but that's because they feel very inferior on the inside, and that's something that they're going to need to work on. All right, that's their issue. You're showing up 8 of Cups here in the reverse. 8 of Cups is, you know, when it's upright, you realize that you deserve more, and you realize your self-worth and your value, and that you shouldn't undersell yourself or sell yourself short in an emotional context. And you make the conscious decision to go off in search of your 2 other cups that will give you the 10. You're not making the conscious choice to disconnect from this. You're being forced out. You're being pushed out. You're not, you know, asserting yourself and saying that you can stand up, you know, and deserve what it is that you deserve. 8 of Cups in the reverse. That's the slithering snake. Oh my God, I have such a hard time saying that. There it is. A solar eclipse lights the mountain path. Ocean water laps in the distance. That's the water that you're going to, that you want to go towards, the real emotions. You want to jump all the way in that water. She's leaving a nest of snake eggs. The snake winds herself through 8 cups on her way up the hill. A solar eclipse beckons. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon moves to block the light of the sun. This celestial event provides strange and milky colors, even casting double shadows. It's an omen of portents to come. The snake moves freely and without fear. You're not moving freely and without fear onto something new here. You're afraid to let this person go for whatever reason. There's a codependency here that allows, you know, prevents you from being brave enough to do what you need to do. The snake moves freely without fear. They're symbolic of rebirth and wholeness, as exemplified when shedding their skin. This is the card of setting off. It is leaving things that are no longer needed. The path is steep. It's the hermit's path. The hermit's at the bottom of all this. You're not wanting to take the hermit's path, literally, all right? You're not wanting to get in your own energy and be alone, all right? And figure out why this person is triggering you so much. The path is steep. It's the hermit's path. This is a journey upward, a movement towards something important. The time is now. You're showing up as the shadow version of that. It says that evolution is essential, all right? Nothing is guaranteed in this life except change. Are you running away from a situation or avoiding responsibility for your actions? Use care. Examine all aspects of your current situation before abandoning ship, lest they will return to haunt you. You'll revisit the same energy cycles and patterns wearing a different mask. So you were pushed out of this situation, all right? Or you did not want to leave, or you were running from something or not dealing with something with this person because it was too emotionally triggering. They're wanting you to make sure, all right, that if you don't deal with whatever these issues, they're going to come back to haunt you. It's like if you don't learn a lesson from this, if you don't get into hermit mode and, you know, process what went on here, don't go out and fill this void with something else right here. When I see the hermit showing up for a Virgo reading in the negative, it's like y'all need that self-reflection. You need to be introspective. You need to be alone and figure out what's going on. It's a warning, all right? You're gonna be in a new situation. It's gonna look different, all right? Present itself a little bit differently, but you'll end up in the same pattern. You're gonna end up choosing an emotionally unavailable partner. King of Swords in reverse is emotionally unavailable. And he's usually pretty clear about that, all right? So I don't know if you pursued this person knowing that he was emotionally emotionally unavailable or what, all right? I do feel that with the Page of Cups in reverse here. It's like, why are you outpouring emotion? Like it's an outpouring of emotions that's either immature or not well thought out or childish, all right? Let's take a look at that Page of Cups here. It's the intuitive, okay? The Page of Water, she's half human, part animal, and all heart. She holds a golden cup. Tendrils of mist stream up and out of the cup. A ghost-like fish gazes up at the page. It is as if they were the only two people in the world. This card reflects youthful perception, a child and her imaginary friend. It is the child's imagination and intuition bringing all of us into what is possible. The Page of Cups is a visionary, a psychic, an intuitive child. She allows objects, shapes, and apparitions to appear before her without passing judgment or staking claim. She allows things to be just as they are and uses astute observation to see the true nature of what passes before her. Observe without judgment. Look deeper like an artist or a mystic into the true nature of people, places, and things. Allow clairvoyance and psychic phenomena to occur without censure. It's almost like a mini high priestess with this energy in this book. It's showing up in the reverse for you guys, which means emotional tantrums, runaway imaginations, hallucinations, delusions of grandeur, wild ideas unchecked, inability to stay grounded in reality, solitary and silent, and eating at oneself from the inside. I feel like y'all are both doing this, all right? When I see your person in Swords energy in the reverse, they're clearly not, mentally grounded or thinking clearly. When I see you in Cups energy in the reverse, you're clearly not emotionally grounded in this situation. Your emotions make this person's mental go crazy, and the way that they process and communicate with you makes your emotions run insane. All right? You guys have a very large communication problem going on here. The fact that your person is not honestly communicating what's going on, they're being very calculated with their words, is probably why your emotions are getting so triggered. Your intuition is telling you that the things that they say are not what they mean, which is probably correct, all right? But the problem here is, are you going to sit around, all right, and allow them to keep treating you that way? If you know that this is a problem, if it's been addressed and they're not, correcting it, why are you still hanging out waiting on them to change? That's getting you emotionally triggered. I see you going after this person more, trying to get them to say how they actually feel, trying to almost, verbally beat the truth out of them. They're withholding it on purpose. Since I'm on Cups, I am going to tell you the solution here. So we're already there. The way that y'all fix this going forward, or the advice that they're giving you on what to do, it's the happily ever after. A family of wolves is seen under the light of a bright, full, pregnant moon. A rainbow of cups is spread across the sky. The mother and the father wolf snuggle together. The father wolf howls to the moon. The two pups play together. Security and fulfillment fills the scene. It is happiness and contentment, perfect companionship and fulfillment. This is the culmination of emotional cups. Like y'all's, the Page of Cups is the reason you were brought together. You're supposed to master your emotional communication within this connection. You guys are on such opposite ends of the spectrum. This person they read like an Aquarius, very logical, very unemotional. You're reading like a Cancer in this, like very overly emotional. And those two energies don't mesh, all right? The wolves, they mate for life. They are pathfinder animals. They connect to the energy of the moon and they reflect latent psychic power. It is the satisfaction found in forging a path towards personal happiness, walking in tandem with qualities, people, hobbies, careers, and pursuits filling you with joy. It is easier to swim in the direction of your true destiny when supported by generous emotions. Surround yourself with elements of joy. It's upright, so it says the happily ever after card teaches us happiness is possible, yet not an ideal continuum. All right? You do achieve happiness, but it does not stay forever. It comes in waves, all right? No one is happy all the time. No relationship is perfect all the time. All things evolve and change. The ending leads us to beginning, release and relaxation, emotional contentment, blessings, peace in the home and the house, tranquility among friends and family. Happiness comes full circle. All things in life are cyclical. This is why happily ever after is a myth, all right, and not a continuum. Take the good when it comes, appreciate it, value yourself. What they're wanting you to do to fix this, all right, is say how you really feel to each other in a very, true way, all right? Also, I believe both of you have given up on this. Especially your partner. I don't feel like they believe that happiness is a thing here. They got themselves in this King of Swords in reverse energy where they're mentally sabotaging themselves. And their lesson is the Page of Cups in reverse, which means that they're like completely shutting down on how to communicate on an emotional level. They've got to be able to open up, all right, and say what's going on here. That's not something that you can fix for them though, okay? We got the two majors here that we're going to deal with now. What's blocking you, all right? Why this is not coming together, why someone's not learning their lesson here is the Tower. The Tower is the most uncomfortable card in the tarot, that and the Nine of Swords. It's when everything and anything that you know or, think is right is completely shattered and taken away from you. This is why your person can't come to terms with whatever's going on here or why you can't. Because it takes a complete dismantling of everything that y'all have ever done and known about each other. You have to start from scratch. There's a chance here for this to end up in a very happy commitment, but it takes everyone starting over. It's like a reset that needs to happen. The bottom of everything is the Hermit. I'm going to do that one first. There's the Hermit. It was in the reverse, your own energy. It's the wisdom of silence is deafening. You have Page energy about communicating here as the lesson to learn here. It's when to hold your damn tongue. When it's better to just be quiet and to just observe. It says the shadow witch moves onward and sees a light shining in the darkness through the trees. The hermit holds a lantern in the mouth of a cave. The cave walls contain scribbling signs and symbols. The hermit invites the shadow witch inside of her cave. The hermit sequesters herself in order to hear the divine whispers of the universe. Recorded knowledge provides groundwork, but only each individual can experience a unique relationship with the unseen. You cannot show this person the light. You can't show this person, how to overcome these things. Everybody has to come to terms with that stuff on their own. This is why hermits, esoteric masters, and soul seekers sequester themselves in seclusion and vows of silence. It's the profound fecundity of silence and darkness where one becomes an active observer responding to the living universe. Away from noise, sound, and distraction, the innermost trembling of the soul may be heard. This is why hermits seek vastness and seclusion deep in the desert or high in the mountains, far away from the psychic energy of others. Y'all have not taken a pause with this, all right? It's like you're constantly wanting to talk about it. You're constantly wanting to have these conversations, and they end up in these emotional outpourings that are very, off-putting to both of you. There is no time like reflecting on this and being in silence and observing the other person and what it is that they need. The hermit moves outside of her cave once the relationship to the mystery is cultivated. She lets her inner light, knowledge, guidance lead the way so that others may do the same for themselves. You have to fix yourself before you fix somebody else. If the hermit's in the reverse here, like that's a message to you, all right? You still got healing to do. You got to put your own oxygen mask on before you help anyone else on the plane that's going down in flames. The hermit's cave, like a dark forest or underworld, reflects hidden knowledge and a journey. Her cloak and hood express protection. The glowing lamp is a beacon for others to follow. Esoteric markings inside the cave reflect the active work of the hermit. She is not passive in her exploration of her inner and outer landscapes, but alive, observant, and completely aware. In the reverse, it's hiding from the outer world, social anxiety, sticking one's head in the sand, the inability to express oneself to the outer world, losing your grip on reality, thinking you are a master with nothing left to learn, and spiritual snobbery. You're showing up as very intuitive to what it is that's going on with your person, and that might be coming across as spiritual snobbery. You might be telling this person, I know what's going on here, and if you would just do this, everything would be fine, all right? But that's like spiritual journeys and things like that, they have to be done willingly. It's just like addiction and things like that. You can't, you can't help somebody else. They have to admit that they have a problem and ask for the help themselves. I don't feel like this person is asking for help. They're also in, reverse swords energy, which means they're not trying to learn or, educate themselves. They already think that they're the king. They have to realize that they still have a long way to go here. This person comes off as a know-it-all, like they already know what's going on, and they don't, all right? They need to realize that there is so much more that they have not understood or processed, okay? Where's the Tower? Tower. Devil, then the Tower. An act of release is the art of surrender. This person, all right, both y'all need to surrender to what's happening here. They need to surrender to the fact that, there are feelings and they need to express those. You need to surrender to the fact that you can't force that out of somebody or stick around and, wait around for somebody to make their mind up about you. The Tower comes after the Devil is vanquished. All right, this person hasn't dealt with their demons, and neither of you. There's still a lot of codependency here with this relationship that needs to be let go of. It says that the devil's been vanquished. The witch exits the maze to discover the raging storm. A Gothic tower reaches towards the sky and a massive lightning bolt strikes it. A fireball explodes as the circular crown-like top is knocked off the square tower. The destruction of something that never fit to begin with. Y'all did not set this up initially, all right? The way that y'all were discussing feelings, somebody was not honest. And somebody knew that the other person wasn't being honest and jumped in anyways. A storm shakes the sky, bats stream from the tower seeking safety, a figure falls from the window. It is your old life and your old habits slipping away. Both of y'all need a rebirth here, all right? There's a spiritual transformation trying to happen for the both of you. The devil has been greeted, defeated, and integrated. That's what y'all haven't done yet. You got to greet this devil. You got to figure out why we're being triggered. We have to, embrace it and then move past it. When that happens, we then, this whole thing gets blown up because it was not stable to begin with. But then after that, the star comes and you heal. You got to bust this wide open though, all right? Everything changes, often in shockingly abrupt ways. Friendships shift, new people are attracted to your light, opportunities come knocking, tower moments can feel jolting and appear shocking to those around you as you make new and empowering decisions. Neither one of you are making new and empowering decisions here. You're making the choice to stay emotionally invested in this person who's, refusing to, speak clarity to you. They're making, this ridiculous choice to just completely ignore the truth and to manipulate things, especially emotionally. Friends and family expect you to adhere to your traditional role. You also, this might be a connection that y'all have been in for a while and it just feels like you have to be in this. A lot of y'all that are married or something like that, or somebody you've not given up on, it's expected of you to do this. The people who count will come around as the rest fall away. New opportunities beckon. The Tower is so drastic, it's a complete life makeover. That's why this is hard, all right? If it's going to take a Tower moment to unblock this connection, do you want to go through a Tower moment? Do they? That's how you have to fix this, all right? It has to be uncomfortable. This needs to get uncomfortable. More uncomfortable. It's in the upright, mayhem, destruction, collapse of what never fit to begin with, needed recalibration, shocking events, surprise, aha moment, abrupt clarification, and empty space. My collective, all right, I always say, we bring towers. because people won't do it for themselves. You know, it's like you're kind of playing God a little bit there, but not so much. You don't do it for them, all right? You are the tower, all right? You bring it down. You're the lightning bolt in the towers that you build for yourself with other people. When it's time to tear it down, you need to tear it down. You need to hurl that lightning bolt like you're fucking Thor and blow that shit up. Because once you remove this, you know, safe haven that you've created for this person inside of this tower where they've just been living and letting it crumble and go to shit and not tending to it, when they don't have that warm place to sleep anymore and their, you know, cozy abode that you've built them, they have to look at it differently and they'll have that aha moment. If they don't, all right, this is not your person. This is a karmic soulmate. Bring the tower, all right? It has a shot for love here, but it literally says a recalibration, all right? Somebody needs to have an aha moment and there needs to be abrupt calibration and empty space. Hermit energy, empty. You need to ghost this person, all right? And if you ghost them and completely disappear, if you're their person, they'll have that aha moment and realize they have to start coming correct and speaking the truth. If not, there's going to be a tower moment coming for you that will force you to disconnect from this thing that you're hanging on to for dear life. All right? That's what I got for you, Virgos. Love y'all. Bye.